Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand the program for Fibonacci series. How to write the program for Fibonacci series, that we will try to understand in this class. Before understanding the program for Fibonacci series, we will try to understand what is a Fibonacci series. A Fibonacci series, the definition of the Fibonacci series states that Fibonacci series is a series of numbers in which each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers. So what it states is, if you take a series of numbers, in those series of numbers, if you take a particular value, particular number, that particular number is generated by the sum of its preceding two numbers. If every number in the series is generated in that way, then that series of numbers is what we call it as Fibonacci series. Let's try to understand it with an example. Let's take a series of numbers. For example, if you take this series of numbers 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So this is a series of number. In this series of numbers, if you take a particular number, so for example, if we take this number 3, this number, the value 3 has been obtained by the sum of its preceding two numbers. So this value 3 has been obtained by the sum of 1 plus 2. Similarly, if you take 5, this value 5 has been obtained by the sum of 2 plus 3. And if you take 8, the value 8 is obtained by the sum of 3 plus 5. So if the series of numbers are generated in that way, so that series of numbers is what we call it as Fibonacci series. So before that, and if you take the first two numbers, these first two numbers are the numbers that we have taken, because to generate the series, in order to generate the series, we have to take the first two numbers. We need two numbers to sum, right? So in order to make that happen, we are going to take the first two numbers, and based upon these first two numbers, this series of numbers will get generated. So for this, we have to write the program. How to write the program? Let's understand the program, how the program has been written, that we will try to understand. Now coming to this program, here is the program. In this program, we have variable declarations. Let's understand the different variables that we have in this program. In this program, we have a variable called I, terms, n1, n2 and next term. So what this I is used in the for loop, and terms. So what this terms is? The terms is the value that has to be given by the end user. What does that mean is, the number of numbers that needs to be there in the final series, that has to be provided by the end user, which means, for example, if you take the above example, here in this example, how many terms do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 terms are there. So the number of terms that needs to be there in the final output has to be provided by the end user. So in order to provide that, we have taken a variable called terms, and in these terms we are going to save the number of terms that needs to be there in the final output. So that has to be provided. Okay, n1 is the first number. In our example, it is 0, and n2 is the second number, it is 1. Next num is going to save the value of sum of these n1 and n2. The sum of n1 and n2 will get stored in next term. Okay, so next, coming to the user interface of the program, this is the user interface part. Here we are going to provide some information to the end user who is using that program. So what it states is, enter the number of terms to be in the series. So the number of terms that you are required to display on the screen, so those number of terms are to be provided by the end user. Here he is going to, for example, he may give 10, 15, 20. So that value will get stored in terms. Now coming to the logic of the program. So this is the heart of this entire program. It is logic of the program. How that series will get generated, how the Fibonacci series will get generated is within this for loop. So what this for loop consists of? Okay, so this for loop is going to iterate iterate based upon the terms value that is given by the user. So if the user has given the number of terms to be 10, so this for loop is going to iterate for 10 times. Okay, so this for loop is going to iterate for 10 times. So what it is going to do is, so let's take the values. Initially the n1 is equal to 0, n2 is equal to 1, next num has not been given, nothing has been given to this variable called next num. So these values are going to change. How they are going to change, that we will try to understand. And we have another variable called terms. So in this terms variable we have given the value. For example, assume that the value given by the end user is 10. Now how the Fibonacci series will get generated? First, print the value of n1. So the n1 value is 0. First iteration, this is first iteration. Next num is equal to n1 plus n2. In the first iteration, the next num value will get stored with 1. Okay, so now n1 is equal to n2. These two lines are very much important to understand. So the life of this program will stay in these two lines. So what this n1 is equal to n2 stands for is, we are going to shift the numbers. We are going to shift the numbers. Why we need to shift the numbers? Why we need to shift the numbers is, for example, if you take the Fibonacci series, let's take the Fibonacci series as this: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So if this is the series, so what we have to do is, first we have to add these two numbers. Next, in the next iteration, in the first iteration we are going to add, and this will get produced as the result. Now in the next iteration we have to add these two. We have to add these two numbers. In the next iteration we have to add these two numbers, and it is produced as the result. And in the next iteration, so on. This way we have to shift the values. So in order to make that shifting, we are using these two lines. So n1 is equal to n2. With n1 is equal to n2, what happens is, the value of n2 will get stored in n1. So this one has been shifted. In the next line, n2 is equal to next num. n2 is equal to next num. So this value of next num will get stored in n2. So in the second iteration, what happens? The value of n1 will get printed. So what is the value stored in n1? The value stored in n1 is 1. So in the series, in the first iteration 0 has been printed, in the second iteration 1 has been printed. So I am able to understand how that series is getting generated. So it totally lies upon these two lines. Okay, so next num is equal to n1 plus n2. So these two values will get summed up and it will get stored in next num. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to shift the numbers. Which numbers has to be shifted? n2 has to be shifted to n1 and next num has to be shifted to n2. So what happens is, n2 will get shifted to n1, so it becomes 1, and next num will get shifted to n2. So here the value getting stored is 2. So the next iteration, in the next iteration printf n1, what is the value stored in n1? The value stored in n1 is 1. Okay, in the next iteration, in the next step, next num is equal to n1 plus n2. So these two values will get summed up and it will get stored in next num. So this is how the series will get generated. So we have to shift the values and the shifted values are getting printed. So the values of n1 will get printed in each and every iteration. So the values will get the Fibonacci series will get generated in this way. Let's check for another two iterations. So now we have summed up the values and we have to shift the values. So these two will come here. Here it will be 2 and this next num value will get stored in n2, which is 3. Now these two values will get summed up. So the value will become 5. Okay, in the next iteration, so this 3 will come here, 5 will come here, and in the next iteration it is going to get 8. So here 2 will get printed, and after that 3 will get printed, and after that 5 will get printed, and after that 8 will get printed. In that way those series of numbers will get generated. So the Fibonacci series will get generated in this way, and this is the logical part of the program, and this is the return statement where we are going to return the entire program. So this is the program this is the logic for Fibonacci series. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you feel that this video is helpful for you, please give us a thumbs up. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.